My name is Nelson Rolila Mandela. I was born in Mvezo, raised in Konu, and given the name Nelson by a teacher who could not pronounce mine. I was not born to obey, I was born to become. I grew up in a tribe, not a country. We lived with cattle, tradition, and silence. I learned early that names can be stolen, but meaning cannot. My father lost his land for speaking truth. That day I saw dignity punished, and I felt the fire begin. In Kanu, I was free, but the world outside taught fear. My father died when I was 9, and with him went the simplicity of childhood. I was sent to study books, law, and how to survive in a world that erased people like me. I watched skin become a sentence. Every time I saw a man bow his head, I raised mine higher. This was not rebellion yet, just recognition. Freedom would not be given. It would have to be taken. I studied law to understand the enemy's tools. The courtroom was a battlefield. The passbook, a chain. I burned mine. I could no longer live quietly. We marched. We resisted. We were hunted. They called us terrorists. But they feared our courage. They tried my body, but feared my ideas. In 1964, I stood in court and said, I am prepared to die for a free society. And they sent me to prison. Robben Island became my home for 27 years. Cold stone, silence, and wind. But prison did not break me. It refined me. Each morning I rose not with hate, but with hunger for freedom. I tended a garden, wrote letters that never arrived, mentored young men. The walls weren't my enemy. Despair was. And I refused to bow to it. I forgave those who beat me. I listened to those who questioned. They took my freedom, but not my dignity, not my voice, not my soul. While my body withered, my hope took root. I knew I would walk free, or not at all. Then the gates opened. I stepped into sunlight, hand in hand with fire. I didn't walk out for revenge. I walked out to rebuild. They made me president. A prisoner made president. I told them, we will not be ruled by fear. We will be led by hope. Reconciliation, not revenge. I shook hands with my enemies, not because I forgot, but because I remembered too well what hate had done. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the armor of the brave. Even now, long after my death, I have something left to say. This world owes you peace. You were born into a world not of your making, but you must shape what comes next. The soil remembers, the footsteps of the brave. The sky listens to the whispers of the just. There is more strength in stillness than in shouting. Do not chase power. Grow into it with humility. You are the quiet storm that brings change. The ones who came before you marched with bleeding feet. They sang songs when their voices were almost gone. You walk on their dreams. You drink from their struggle. Do not walk gently where they ran fiercely. Walk with purpose. Speak with truth. And know every step you take forward, someone once prayed for. I tell you who you are, but only you can define what you become. You are not the label of your passport, not the silence of your history book. You are the continuation of a struggle that never surrendered. Stand tall, not in anger, but in truth. Truth does not need to scream. It only needs to endure, not with hate in your heart, but courage in your hands. Let your future speak louder than their bombs. Let your voice soften their cruelty. You are not a victim of history. You are its next author. Write it with justice. Live it with dignity. Even in silence, you are not alone. When the world tests you, let your truth remain unshaken. The chains are gone. The work is not over. This echo is yours now. Carry it with honor.